Right, hello Hakology. I kind of felt compelled to upload another video to the vlog channel because I need to just get back into things and start rocking the videos out. So anyway, I thought I'd update you. I put a post on Reddit ages ago regarding a printer I bought, which is an Epson. It's this model here. And basically it's the CX3 650. And anyway, I was pretty pissed off when I bought it because it ran out of ink. I filled the ink cartridges back up, and then after a while it just wouldn't print. The ink light came on and wouldn't allow me to do anything with the printer, even though I knew that the cartridges were full up with ink and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So eventually I ended up buying one of, I can't find it at the moment, it's about somewhere, one of the cartridge reset tools to reset the ink levels in the cartridges. Fantastic. For the last 3 years this has been my workhorse. It's done all my envelopes for my business, it does all the instructions, if there's any labels or anything that I need to print, basically anything up to A4. Inkjet, it's a little bit slow, it's a little bit dated, and maybe, you know, not as feature rich as some of the printers that are coming out these days, but it doesn't have Wi-Fi, it doesn't have any network connectivity or anything like that, it's literally USB. But it is a brilliant printer with the cartridge reset tool and some of the cheap inks off eBay, which are very, you know, very reasonably priced. So this is the other printer. This is a Brother HL2250DN, and basically this is a network based laser printer from Brother, and this is another brilliant printer because if you do a little bit of googling on the internet, there are certain button combinations that you can press on the printer to reset the toner level inside the toner cartridge, which means that you can refill the toner cartridge, clean it, and you know, get a lot of use out of this for without having to keep buying extra toner cartridges, which are which work out very expensive. So plenty of pages, waterproof printing, and network accessible, and pretty quick, right? So if you're printing in black and white images, this is brilliant. This is another one that I bought, which is a DeskJet 1220C, and when I first got this, it was sold as unknown status on the printer, but basically it came through and it worked to start with, and I've replaced, took the black cartridge out, and then I started getting a black cartridge error, and so I ordered another one. I put another cartridge in, and the error went away. I thought, oh, well, maybe it's reset the cartridge ID inside the printer. So I went to swap back to another black cartridge, and unfortunately now whenever I try and do anything on this, the print head will move across to this position here. Will be an orange light flashing here, and basically the printer just won't do anything at all. So I'm looking for a fix on it. I've taken it to pieces, I've had the print head out, sorry, not the print head, I've had the carriage out, and I've had a little look at the PCB on the back, and I think the next step with this printer is to get some IPA and try and clean all the contacts where the cartridges go, because I've noticed that when the ink leaks, the ink tends to go over the top of the contact pins onto the back of the cartridges. So it can't be anything to do with the print head, because the print heads are integrated inside the cartridges. Cartridges are refillable, and I don't think they're resettable. You need three or four separate cartridges to insert into the printer to trick the printer into thinking that by the time you cycle the fourth cartridge, that the first cartridge is then wiped from the printer, and you can put that one in and the printer doesn't recognise it as being used inside the printer before. So the Epson, absolutely brilliant, complete and utter workhorse, does exactly what I need it to do. The Brother is brilliant as well, both refillable, and both produce reasonably good images for the type of printers they are. But yesterday I managed to get this beast. So this is an Epson WP4545, and yeah, I paid £4.50 for it from eBay, and sold on the basis that the printer was the print head was blocked, but it is serviceable. This is the first pigment ink printer that I've had. When I got it working yesterday, the print speed is incredible, but the black print head on there is completely clogged up and not producing not producing good prints at all. The prints are absolutely terrible, to be honest. So my plan for the that printer there, so I've just ordered an ultrasonic cleaner, and I'm going to give the print head a clean next week. I might do a blog video when I take it to pieces, and we'll see how it goes. So this is going to be like, yeah, hopefully a really nice salvage printer. I still haven't managed to find them new online, but I'm presuming that printer's got to be between the £200 and £300 mark. It's an absolute beast. 2 paper trays, Wi-Fi, network's accessible. It's got a fax machine on there. It supports duplex printing, 2400 DPI, and colour touchscreen. Very fast print speed, and it's energy store efficient. So, you know, saving some money on the old electrics. But yeah. So I thought I'd do a little blog on that. If anybody's got any ideas about this DeskJet and what the best plan of action is for it and what I should do next, I mean, like, maybe I'll do a blog on taking this to pieces, because there aren't actually many videos online of people servicing these. But thanks to Jason Scott and the archive.org, I managed to get the official HP service manual for this printer. And in there is a very detailed guide on dismantling the printer and taking all the pieces apart, and, you know, and really, really disassembling it. So I've got an idea that it might be the board on the back of the print head, and you know, the first kind of steps that I'm going to do is to clean the contacts and see whether that actually resolves anything. But yeah. So, and you know, I'm not going to give up on them, because when I bought the Epson was absolutely clogged to high hell. It would not print at all. Well, the ink nozzles on the colour and the black prints were completely clogged up. But you know, obviously serviced it and given it a bit of love, and now it's used on a regular daily basis. Like I say, this printer has been absolutely superb, and that is the CX3650. It's an old model, but very cool, especially with the refillable inks and the cartridge resetter. The only thing I'd say to Epson is, why don't you integrate a feature for people that are familiar with printers that allows them to reset the cartridges and refill them without having to use a third-party tool? I mean, yeah, okay, people say it's a monopoly that these printing companies have got, which is right, but for the tech-savvy people and the people that aren't really bothered about print quality, just let them reset the cartridges, include it in your software, provide a free tool on the website for people to be able to do this, because, you know, these Chinese companies are raking a lot of money in from these cartridge reset tools, and it's just something that really isn't needed. The brother, when I come to fill the toner up, I'll do a video on that, dismantling the toner cartridge. I haven't yet had to do that, but I have reset the levels on the toner cartridge, because I know what these are like. They print, and actually, you know, it's the same with every printer. They underestimate the amount of ink that is actually in the printer. So basically, you know, a cartridge might come and say it's guaranteed to print 400 pages, but actually they've provided 500 or 600 pages worth of ink in the cartridge, which is the same with the toner on this laser printer. The HB, you know, we'll give it a go. We'll see if we can make any progress with it, but I'm thinking this one's probably a little bit old, the specs are a bit dated, but the one thing it has got going for it is that it's an A3 printer and full colour, so would allow me to print some larger envelopes and you know, some laminated small posters to go on the wall or something like that. And the Epson I'm absolutely chuffed with, because for £4.50 it's got at least 2 stepper motors in there, it's got a colour display, it's got plenty of components in there that if I really wanted to strip it down and sell the components on eBay, I could easily make the money back and maybe a little bit more. So don't make the same mistake as what I did, which is I tried to use the cartridge reset tool from the 3650 on the WP4545, and it has corrupted the chip on the ink cartridge. I've currently got an offer on a special cartridge reset tool specifically for the WP range, because this printer has considerably larger ink cartridges than what you'll find on you know, your average inkjet printer. This printer, the large size cartridges will hold up to 36mm of ink, and the Epson, this one here, will probably only hold between 10 and 12mm of ink, which is a bit of a pain in the ass if you're doing a lot of printing and you keep having to refill it. So yeah, but yeah, Hakology, that's a quick vlog for you. Terrible quality, terrible camera work, but hopefully you've enjoyed my little intro to these projects that I'm going to be working on over, you know, the next few months. And the WP45 will probably start next week, as that ultrasonic cleaner should arrive, and I can take the print head out and give it a damn good going over. So as always, have fun hacking. You've been watching Hakology's vlog, and I should be back really soon. I shall see you very soon. Peace, guys and girls. Catch you very soon. Laters.